I teach in the Homeland Security program at Wichita State, but I'm an historian, and it's a long story how I ended up in the Homeland Security program. I won't bore you with, but I did my PhD in history at K-State and in American history. And I think that sometimes because we grew up in this country, we don't appreciate just how unique and special what we have is. There has never been a country like the United States, a nation like the United States. So for all of recorded history and a lot of history before it got recorded, before the United States, being a nation meant that you had the same ethnicity, you spoke the same language, and you worshipped in the same way. You had the same religion. And that was a nation. And those folks that looked different or worshipped a different way or spoke a different language over there, they were a different nation. And that's how you defined a nation. America is unique in all of human history because we're a nation, but we all speak different languages at home and came from different places, and we all worship in a different way, and we all look different. What makes us a nation, and this is unique, it's never happened anywhere on this planet before. What makes us a nation is that we all swear and we all believe in a common set of principles. We believe that we're all equal under the law. Whether no matter what station you have, no matter how much you make, no matter how much you have, we're all equal under the law, and that we all are endowed by our Creator with certain inalienable rights. The right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, which meant property, but they didn't want to put that in the Constitution because they didn't want to, they're afraid that the slavers would use that to hang on to slavery. That is precious. And it's centered on God. Because government didn't give you those rights. Your neighbor didn't give you those rights. God gave you those rights. And no government can take it away, including ours. And in fact, the Constitution, which follows the Declaration of Independence, makes it clear that it's the job of government to protect those rights. And we got a whole Bill of Rights to be specific, to say all the ways that the government's not allowed to infringe on your rights. What we deal with in the legislature, and I was telling somebody before this, I campaigned for the Value in the Both Amendment. I had the Kansas City Temple of Satan protesting my restaurant. No kidding. They came out and they know me by name. So when we had the Rally for Life at the Capitol, they knew me by name, and I'm like, please don't call me by name. But that's their right. But I think that it's very, very telling that the political divide that has developed in our country is between the people that believe that our rights come from God and that God is in control. However you understand that God. I'm a Christian, I'm a Baptist, I understand God in a certain way. But if you're a Muslim, if you're a Jew, you may understand God in a different way. But God is in control, and a growing, very vocal, but still minority group in this country that believe that they're God. They, as an individual, are God, and there is nobody over them. And a lot of the battles that we end up fighting in the legislature revolve around who's in control. Is God in control? Or can a person decide what gender they are? Or can a person decide to kill another person because it's inconvenient for them? A lot of our battles revolve around, is there a God or not? And I would contend, I agree with everything that all my fellow legislators said about what the Establishment Clause actually meant. But I would contend that if we don't walk in that building with our core beliefs and our faith that God is in control, not us, If we don't walk in the building with that core center, we're going to lose that precious, unique thing in world history that our founders gave us.